Hello, Keystone students and families, and welcome to Goodnight with Kip. My name is Haley Wagner, and tonight we will be reading Amelia Bedelia Road Trip, Chapter 7, A Great Sport. It was love at first sight. Amelia Bedelia thought the cabin was possibly the cutest cabin in the world. It was by the water, so they got a view of the lake from the breakfast room and both bedrooms upstairs. As they were putting the staples away, there was a knock at the door. "Howdy, neighbor," came a deep, friendly voice. "I've been expecting you. Stan Pilton's my name, and everyone calls me Doc." Amelia Bedelia's parents introduced themselves and Amelia Bedelia. "I'm glad to meet you, young lady," said Doc. "My granddaughter Aubrey is visiting us. She may be a bit older than you, but I'm sure you two will get along. She's a good sport." "Which one?" asked Amelia Bedelia. "Soccer? Basketball?" Doc laughed. "Actually, it's fishing," he said. "I need to learn how to fish," said Amelia Bedelia. "I bet Aubrey would love to teach you," said Doc. "Just missed her, though. She's out in the boat. In fact, she's fishing right around that bend." He pointed to where the shore of the lake curved around. "How about we take the mayor's boat for a spin?" said Amelia Bedelia's father. "We can go say hello." "Great idea," said Doc. "Come with me and I'll show you the ropes." "Thanks. I grew up around boats," said Amelia Bedelia's father, "but I'd appreciate the help." They went down to the dock and climbed aboard the speedboat tied up there. Everyone put on life jackets. Amelia Bedelia's father got behind the wheel and started the engine. Doc warned them about a big stump that was submerged about 50 yards off the dock. "You can't always see it," he said. "Be careful. It snapped the propeller off a boat last summer." "Thanks for the heads up," said Amelia Bedelia's father. As Doc cast them off, he hollered over the roar of the engine. "Amelia Bedelia, find Aubrey. You can try something new and get your feet wet." "Excuse me," yelled Amelia Bedelia. "Why would Doc want her to get her feet wet?" Doc's reply was lost in the roar of the motor, and Amelia Bedelia forgot all about wet feet as her dad steered carefully around the big stump. As she looked down into the clear water, she could see the stump. Wait, she thought. Had something big moved down there? Or were her eyes playing tricks on her, just like her ears? Soon her dad was speeding across Lake Largemouth. Amelia Bedelia liked the cushions on the seats and the shiny brass instruments on the dashboard. "Do boats work like cars?" she asked. "Of course not," said her father. "We're on the water." "That's good," said Amelia Bedelia, "because this boat has one of those little windows with an arrow pointing at the letter E, just like our car." Amelia Bedelia's parents looked at the gas gauge, then at each other. Their eyes practically popped out of their heads. "Not again!" they yelled together. "Steer closer to land," advised Amelia Bedelia's mother. "If we run out of gas, we can swim for it." "Aye, aye, Captain," said her father. He turned hard, swishing as close to shore as he could without running aground. The engine made a sputtering, coughing, wheezing sound, and then silence. "What boat did you grow up around? The Titanic?" asked Amelia Bedelia's mother. "Too bad you didn't grow up around a gas pump, too. Now, what were we going to do?" "Fear not," said Amelia Bedelia's father, picking up the boat hook with a long wooden shaft. "It's shallow enough to use this pole to push us around that spit of land. Maybe we'll find someone with gas to spare." Amelia Bedelia and her mother moved to the stern to stay out of his way as he began pushing them along. "I know," he said. "Imagine you're in Venice, Italy. I'm your handsome gondolier." Amelia Bedelia's mother looked at her, then rolled her eyes. Amelia Bedelia's father tied a handkerchief around his neck. "Romantico, no?" he asked. "No," said her mother. Maybe embarrassing," said Amelia Bedelia. "This will help," he said, clearing his throat and singing, "Me, me, me." Then, with his fakest Italian accent ever, he launched into "O Sol Mio," which he just happened to be one of Amelia Bedelia's favorite songs, but with new lyrics he made up on the spot. "Oh, Sol Mio, please serve me pasta, with extra sauce and a ton of cheese. Then bring me a plate of pastries, with an espresso as strong as me." "Bravo, honey," said Amelia Bedelia's mother, laughing. Amelia Bedelia and her mother clapped loudly, hoping he would stop, but it only encouraged him. Amelia Bedelia's father began singing every Italian word he knew, making up a song that made no sense. With a giant shove, he pushed their boat around the bend and sang, "Hey, be quiet," a voice rolled. Hollered, "You're scaring the fish." The voice belonged to a girl sitting in a boat fishing. "Hi, Aubrey," Amelia Bedelia hollered back. "How did you know my name?" asked Aubrey. As they drew nearer, they explained who they were. Aubrey blushed. "Sorry I criticized your singing," she said. "All I think about is catching a big fish. I want to win the lake largemouth fishing contest." "I've never even been fishing," said Amelia Bedelia. "I can show you how," said Aubrey. "Can I hang out with Aubrey?" asked Amelia Bedelia. "She could teach me how to fish." "Well, maybe for a bit," said Amelia Bedelia's mother. "If you can spare some gas, we'll head back," said Amelia Bedelia's father. "Sure," said Aubrey. "Come over, Amelia Bedelia." Amelia Bedelia's father used the boat hook to pull their boats right next to Aubrey's. Amelia Bedelia stood up and started to step across. Just then, a gust of wind blew the boats apart. Amelia Bedelia was 1 foot on each boat. She was doing a giant split as the boats drifted further and further away from each other. "Whoa!" cried Amelia Bedelia, waving her arms around to keep her balance. But it was no use. Splash! Amelia Bedelia bobbed into the surface. She grabbed the side of Aubrey's boat, and Aubrey hauled her in like a fish. "Splash! Amelia Bedelia!" yelled her father. "Sweetie!" yelled her mother. Her parents were frantic and they heard her laughing and sputtering. Then Amelia Bedelia did what her dog finally did when she got wet. She shook herself all over, spraying Aubrey with water. Now both girls were laughing, and so were Amelia Bedelia's parents. "Don't worry," said Amelia Bedelia. "The sun is drying me off." "We're fine," said Aubrey. "Tell Grandpa Doc to light the grill. We'll be back in an hour with a mess of fish for dinner." And that concludes our Chapter 7 of Amelia Bedelia Road Trip, and I hope you join us next time for Chapter 8, Hook, Line, and Stinker.